Look, my friend. When people think of the stock market, they usually picture guys in expensive suits, massive skyscrapers, and flashy corporate offices, right? You'd think the whole place is run by math geniuses and crazy, complex algorithms. But the truth? It's nothing like that. Finance is actually driven by just three things: human greed, the desperate desire to get rich overnight, and the pitch-black panic that follows right after. Now, let me take you back just a few years ago. We're not looking at some old veteran Wall Street sharks here. Standing right in front of us is a 30-year-old kid wearing a beat-up t-shirt, with hair that looks like it hasn't seen a comb in 3 months, walking around in shorts, and playing League of Legends all day on his computer. His name is Sam Bankman-Fried. Everyone calls him SBF. This kid took the world's biggest investors, Silicon Valley's so-called geniuses, and even world leaders, and dragged them right onto the biggest financial gambling table in human history. Everyone thought he was a modern-day Robin Hood, a genius who was going to save the world through crypto. Until one ordinary Tuesday changed everything. In just 72 hours. Yes, you heard that right, a mere 72 hours. He wiped out $16 billion with a single click and left nothing but total destruction behind. This is the real, raw story of the most ruthless, mind-blowing, and fastest financial collapse of the digital age. This is how a nerdy kid played the entire world. Let's rewind the tape for a second. This guy, Sam, didn't just come out of nowhere. His parents are law professors at Stanford. He graduated from MIT, one of the most prestigious schools in America. So yeah, the kid's brain was sharp. But Sam had a very twisted strategy. He played a massive theatrical game just to hide how much he actually loved money. He claimed to believe in a philosophy called effective altruism. Basically, he was telling everyone, "I'm going to make billions of dollars, but not for myself. I'm doing it to end world hunger and stop global warming." And guess what? People absolutely ate it up. The guy is a billionaire, but what is he driving? A beat-up, old Toyota Corolla. Where is he living? In a penthouse in the Bahamas, but he's not living there alone in luxury. He's sharing it with 10 of his friends like a college dorm. Forbes put him on the cover. Fortune magazine ran a headline asking, "Is this kid the next Warren Buffett?" The world's biggest investment funds were literally begging at his door, saying, "Take our hundreds of millions and manage it for us." He founded a crypto exchange called FTX, and out of nowhere, it became the third largest exchange in the world. They ran massive Super Bowl commercials, put their name on sports stadiums, and Hollywood stars and top athletes wouldn't leave his side. It was a perfect, beautiful dream. But behind that flashy screen, inside that Bahamas apartment, a very dark plot was cooking, and nobody had a single clue. When you look into the kitchen of this business, things get ugly real fast, my friend. Sam actually ran 2 different companies. One was the one we all knew, FTX, the exchange where everyday people trusted him with their money to buy Bitcoin. The other was Alameda Research, his own private hedge fund doing secret trades in the background. Now, in a normal world, when you deposit money into an exchange, that exchange cannot touch your money. That money is a trust. The exchange is only supposed to make money from small trading fees. But you know what Sam did? He had his programmers hard-code a secret backdoor into FTX's software. He gave them an explicit command: no matter how much money Alameda loses, let them borrow unlimited customer funds from FTX without the system triggering an alert or showing a deficit. And that's exactly where the nightmare began. While you, me, and millions of regular people around the world were putting our hard-earned savings into that exchange for our future, Sam and his inner circle were quietly pulling those funds out through the back door. They were dumping them into Alameda and blowing them on incredibly high-risk, leveraged gambling trades. And it didn't stop there. They used that cash to buy luxury beach villas in the Bahamas and funneled millions in dark money donations to politicians. Long story short, they treated other people's life savings like their personal piggy bank. The system kept running smoothly only because the market was going up. As long as nobody tried to pull their money out at the same time, Nobody could see the massive hole in the vault. But here is the golden rule of finance. No lie stays hidden forever. And Judgment Day finally arrived. In November 2022, a news site called CoinDesk dropped a massive bombshell. They revealed that the money sitting in Alameda's vault wasn't actually real cash. It was just a giant pile of FTT, a useless token that Sam had printed out of thin air. In other words, the entire multi-billion-dollar empire was built on worthless pieces of paper. Right at that moment, another giant stepped onto the stage. CZ, the boss of Binance and Sam's biggest rival. CZ went on social media and made a single announcement. "We are selling all the FTT tokens we hold on the open market." That single post hit the market like a nuclear bomb. Picture those 72 hours of pure hell. Day 1. Regular investors saw the news and panicked. Everyone rushed to the FTX website at the same time, screaming, "Give me my money back." It was a classic bank run. But the vault was empty. The customers' money had already been gambled away and lost at Alameda. Day 2. Sam started desperately scrambling on social media. He tweeted, "FTX is fine. Assets are fine. Our competitors are trying to go after us with fake rumors." But he was flat out lying. A few hours later, he deleted the tweet out of pure fear. FTX officially froze all withdrawals. People were staring at their screens in absolute shock. Billions of dollars were locked inside, gone. Day 3. Sam surrendered. The company officially filed for bankruptcy. That multi-billion-dollar crypto empire, advertised everywhere, turned into a giant zero in just 3 days. My friend, the end of this story plays out just like a movie warning. The brilliant Dahi kid who was once praised by everyone was taken out of his luxury life in handcuffs. Even when he stood before the judge, he was still trying to defend himself, saying, "I made mistakes, but I didn't mean to defraud anyone." But justice didn't care. He was sentenced to a massive 25 years in federal prison, and that's where he is sitting right now. Now, let's connect this back to the very core of our last video, the Tulip Mania. Remember how back in 1637, people in the Netherlands were trading their houses and lands for a single flower bulb? Years have passed, centuries changed, and technology evolved. This time, digital codes on a phone and sketchy tokens replaced the flower bulbs. But the mechanics behind it never changed: the burning desire to get rich quick and the blinding power of human greed. Throughout history, these financial bubbles will always inflate, and one day they will pop, destroying lives along the way. So, my friend, now I pass the microphone to you, the viewer. In this modern world we live in today, what do you think is the next massive financial bubble waiting to explode? Let me know in the comments below. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.